public comment? Jane, are you going to talk the same thing that you already talked about? Okay, come on.
Jane Shattuck. I had something similar done to it, but I just wanted to point out there is an RCW that addresses that special tax assessment that can be imposed at any time, and if anybody wants it, it's RCW 89-08-400. And no, they haven't at the time, but yes, it can be imposed at any time. You say you're not in a rush, Mayor, but then why did it just get presented to us 3 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden it's put on the agenda for action to be taken on? My biggest concern, once again, is just that I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. We just all should be able to ask questions and do our due diligence. As with any city project, you always ask for financials, reports, projects done, things like that. Would like to look at all of it. I also want to, put in there, as far as the RCW goes, it does not say that only if you're forming a new one. It says if you're added to one, and I can provide you with that RCW for including other properties in there. The other one thing that concerns me is when the Conservation District was here, the representative, they were asked to provide financial reports. They said they would do that, but a red flag statement was, we'll produce them, but you probably won't understand them. And as far as I understand, those financial reports still have not been provided. So just, once again, I want to reiterate, just more questions need to be answered, and we need more time to do that and not rush into anything. Thank you.
Yes.
Dina Rawlings, not a resident. Thurston County has levied an assessment through the Conservation District, and that's a possibility that it could happen here. I think that it would behoove everyone to take a little bit more time to check this out. Thank you.
Right.
So under RCW 89.08.180, annexation of territory, boundary change and combining two or more districts, it states here, territory may be added to an existing district upon filing a petition, as in the case of formation with the commission by 20% of the voters of the affected area to be included. The same procedure shall be followed as for a creation of a new district. So I'm curious how we can vote for this and pull in our city when right here in the RCW it says that the voters have to be involved in it, and they have to file a petition.
Was that for dissolution?
No.
But Grace Harbor's the district,
Yes.
so it already exists. It's not
Right,
new.
but we're a territory, but we're not in it now.
We're in the Grace Harbor district.
Right.
So it's not a separate district, it is the district.
Right, that's why it says the territory added to the district.
Okay. I think that we're not going to take any action.
But I would like that explained.
Okay. They have the explanation. We've run it by our attorney, and it doesn't apply to what we're doing. But we will bring them, and that was the question that was also asked at the last meeting. But that's fine. Council, let me just answer. The reason why it's here tonight, because you as a council asked me to bring it back. I'm not in a hurry, and if the council wants to change our process of putting things there, that whatever we need to do, that we can do that. That they are more than willing to host a meeting, and again, I'm not in a hurry. That the tax, we're not Thurston County, we're Grace Harbor, and it's the county commissioners that are going to make that decision. I don't think that current county commissioners are going to be levying taxes with it. But as I said originally, that as easily as the council can vote to put us in, they can vote to take us out. And if there was, if I was going to bring something to you and there was going to be a tax tie, I wouldn't bring it to you. I mean, there isn't any reason why I would want to create a taxing district. I just was at a meeting, we went through, I talked to other cities of what they're doing and what the resources they are getting. They're working on erosion in Aberdeen and Hopewood with it. And so anytime I see an opportunity to get additional resources for Ocean Shores, I'm going to ask it. But again, I am not in a hurry. I only brought it back to this meeting because the council had asked me. I'm not in for the taxes. So with that, I'll open up to council questions. Rich.
Okay.
Catherine.
I also have a number of questions, and I'm glad you're open to bringing it to a meeting where the public can ask questions, because they have questions. Here's a couple that have been asked of me that I can't answer. Can a citizen opt out if they're in
The answer is no.
So the citizens cannot opt out. They don't have
Citizens
control.
cannot opt out an individual piece of property. They can elect not to use the conservation district, but it's just like you cannot opt out of the school district.
Right. So that's one of the questions, and that's one of the questions that people are going to want to ask, not only me. There's nothing to say that future county commissioners won't add. I also think $5 a year is pretty paltry. It's about the cost of a latte, but not anymore. But they've got a number of projects that they could be looking to us to help. I'm thinking about the Chehalis Basin River project, which is a huge project, would not directly benefit us. But I want to address what you said about withdrawing from the district. First off, maybe we can opt out, but I've never seen us undo anything that we've decided, because we forget about it and it's on the books and we don't go back and we don't look at our codes. But here's RCW 8908185. The local governing body, that's us, of the city or incorporated town within an existing district may approve by majority of vote a petition to withdraw from the district. However, the petition shall be submitted to the district for its approval. If approved by the district, the petition shall be sent to the commission. That's the state commission. The commission shall approve the petition and forward it to the Secretary of State, and the boundary of district shall be adjusted, or they cannot approve it and would have to adopt a resolution specifying the reasons why the petition is not approved. So I'm just saying, it's not, we want our money back, we're opting out. It is a process, and it's more onerous than getting in and paying our $5. And I'm back to, we didn't get the financial summary I asked for. I don't want a 20-page budget. I want to know what they're bringing in for revenues and what they're spending for expenses and how much they're spending on wages. They said they had 23 people. If they're spending 90% of their grant money on their own expenses, that doesn't leave a lot left over.
I think you're making a lot of stuff up. I mean, I think you're just randomly saying things that you don't know. Why don't you give them the opportunity to come and talk about it?
And that's
instead of saying things like 90% of their wages, 90% of their expenses are going to wages, which.
Because I didn't see the financial summary, and I said if that's the case. We know of districts that have been locked up.
Okay.
Directors that have been locked up for mismanagement. So let's bring them back. Let's do it at a public hearing, or do it when a town hall or a city chat, not in the middle of a city council meeting where the public cannot ask their questions. We cannot answer them.
And just